Oh, how's it going, guys? So, Oreos may not be my favorite, but man, do they have a ton of variety. Right here in front of me, I have 11 different types, flavors of Oreo cookies that I'm gonna go through and taste test. Some of them are limited edition, some of them are like trial flavors, some of them are the typical standbys that you'll see on the shelves all year round. But I'm gonna see just how many Oreos I can eat and let you know what I think of them. So here we have pumpkin spice, apple pie, Dunkin Donuts, peanut butter, birthday cake, mint, lemon, salted caramel, coconut, red velvet cake, and finally cinnamon bun. And since it is the fall, getting close to Halloween, I saw these guys. They look like Oreo eggs. So I'm gonna crack them open first and see what they're all about. Ah, I see. So it looks like it's a chocolate egg filled with Oreo cream. A lot like a chocolate Cadbury egg, I guess, with Oreos inside. Super sweet, but that filling is really creamy. Little chunks of chocolate Oreo cookies in there, so it gets a little bit of texture with, of course, that awesome milk chocolate outside. Really sweet American milk chocolate. So hey, if you happen to see them in the store, maybe check them out. Let's get on to more interesting flavors. First up, lemon Oreos. Classic vanilla cookie with lemon filling. It's got a sweet lemon flavor. It really does taste like lemons though. So the lemon cream, just a little bit tart, really sweet, pretty rich too. I'm gonna give that, we'll say, a 7 out of 10. I really like lemon flavored cookies. So I'll rate that one pretty highly. 7 out of 10 for the lemon Oreos. Next up, red velvet. These are cream cheese flavored. Looks like it's a red chocolate cookie with the cream cheese filling. So let's give it a shot. So there's no actual cream cheese in it. It does have a bit of that cream cheese flavor, but it does taste really artificial. Yeah, not the best. The cookies by themselves have that chocolate flavor. It's a little bit different from the classic chocolate flavor. Maybe not quite as sweet. I don't like these a whole lot. I think they taste a little bit too artificial in my opinion. I'm gonna give them a 5 out of 10. Not terrible, but not my favorite. Coconut, I'm looking forward to these. I love coconut. These are thin Oreos. So they're the kind that you can have 2 or 3 and not feel too guilty about. Okay, right up front, they taste pretty much like regular old Oreos. Not a whole lot different. Then there's this like hint of coconut as you're swallowing it. It doesn't taste exactly like coconut, but I think for an artificial, coconut flavoring, it's actually not too far off. So even though I'm not a big fan of artificial flavors, I prefer the genuine thing. These are still pretty good. And that chocolate coconut combination, that's like a classic combination that you can't go wrong with. So I'm gonna give these we'll say a 6.5 out of 10. These are pretty good. I'll buy these again. Next up, salted caramel. When I open this up, there's like this waft of caramel smell that came out of this. Again, I could only find these in the thin variety. So I don't know, maybe this is like the adult version of Oreos or something, who knows. Yeah, these smell so strongly of like caramel flavoring, like a caramel flavored coffee syrup or something. Well, let's try it out. I'm having trouble detecting like the salted flavor, but it does have that strong caramel flavor. Unlike a lot of other artificial flavors, I'm okay with an artificial caramel flavoring. So I think the caramel creams, that's actually a pretty tasty flavor. I could see eating these with like a cup of coffee or something like that. Right now I've just got my cashew milk that I'm dipping these in. So I'm gonna give these a 7 out of 10. I like that caramel flavor. Pretty dang tasty in my opinion. Next up, mint. Now the real test is whether or not these taste like toothpaste. They really do smell like toothpaste though. That super bright, completely unnatural neon green color. We'll try it as an entire cookie first. Well, it does have a very authentic mint flavor, and I did notice that it actually has peppermint oil in it. So it does also have artificial flavorings, but there is that really good authentic mint flavor. So although it is an authentic mint flavor, it does taste a little bit like mouthwash in my opinion. So not the best, not my favorite. It's pretty sweet, not super sweet, not the sweetest variety of Oreos I've ever had. But like I said, very much like, you know, an oral hygiene product. I'm gonna give these a 4 out of 10. Not terribly good. All right, birthday cake. Now, a lot of times when I see birthday cake flavored things, I'm very happy because that usually means it's gonna be super sweet, and I love my sweets. It looks like these are filled with a little bit more cream than your typical cookies. I don't know. They've got like speckled, sprinkled colors inside too. So let's give it a shot, see how it tastes. Oops, that cookie was put on backwards. The cream is a little bit more mushy than a lot of other Oreo creams. Wow, that is so sweet. Oh my goodness. It does have kind of a chemically artificial flavor to it, so you can really tell that it's all chemicals. So not my favorite birthday cake flavored confection out there. I'm gonna give this a, we'll say 6 out of 10. It's pretty good. I don't know if I'd go out of my way to buy them again though. Gotta have your milk when you're eating this many cookies. All right, next up, cinnamon bun cookies, cinnamon bun Oreos with cinnamon cookies. So this looks like it's gonna be a different flavored cookie than the typical ones. The cookies do look a little bit different. You can see that they do have some odd coloration in them. I don't know if that's cinnamon particularly. I'll check the ingredients list. But a good cinnamon smell coming out of them. I hope this has a strong cinnamon flavor because I love cinnamon rolls. So these do contain cinnamon. The cookie is a little bit different. It's a little bit more like crumbly and a little bit more crunchy than some of the other Oreo cookies out there. And you can really taste that they use actual cinnamon in this, so it's not just cinnamon flavoring. So I've noticed that artificial cinnamon flavoring is some of the worst stuff out there. Like, I just absolutely hate it. And that cream filling tastes exactly like the icing that you'd get on top of a cinnamon roll. So the cookies alone, these are really good, really fantastic. I'm gonna give these an 8 out of 10. Tastes like a cinnamon roll. So good. If you like cinnamon rolls, I think you're gonna love these cinnamon roll flavored cinnamon bun Oreos. Next up, the limited edition Dunkin Donuts Mocha Oreos. I'm a big fan of coffee, so let's see how these taste. There was absolutely no smell of coffee on these, which is a little bit disappointing, but hopefully they taste a little bit better. Interesting. There is a very mild hint, just a little undertone of coffee in these. It's not a very strong flavor at all. I can tell that it has coffee flavoring in there because it has that, you know, richness and a little bit of that distinct coffee flavor that you'd expect, but it's not bitter at all. It doesn't have any of the bitterness of coffee. Interestingly, it does have instant coffee in the ingredients list, so I think it's just overpowered by some of the other flavors. Let's try the cream by itself. So in the cream by itself, you can tell that you can really taste the coffee a little bit more, but it still tastes, you know, like a coffee flavored candy more than it does taste just like straight up coffee. So are they good? I think they're pretty good. I don't think that it tastes exactly like coffee, but then again, most people get, you know, lattes with lots of cream and sugar added, so most people don't know what actual coffee tastes like. I'm gonna give these a 6 out of 10. Again, pretty good, not the best, but still pretty good. If they're out there, then I'm gonna go ahead and eat a few. So if you do like, you know, coffee flavored candies, or if you like your fancy Starbucks mocha latte, you might like these. So if you see them, give them a shot. See what you see how you feel about them. Next up, peanut butter. One of my favorite foods on the planet is peanut butter, and peanut butter and chocolate is another classic combination. I'm really looking forward to these, seeing how they taste. You can smell the peanut butter coming off of these. Let's try it out. These do not disappoint. It has actual peanut butter in the ingredients list, which I am very happy about, because artificial peanut flavoring is another one of those ones that's just absolutely disgusting. It does not replace the real thing. On top of that, it's pretty high in the ingredients list, so it has more peanut butter in it than it has a lot of the other ingredients. So it really does taste like candied peanut butter. So yeah, if you like peanut butter, I think you're gonna completely love these. Has a great, strong, forward peanut butter flavor. I'm gonna give these a 7.5 out of 10. Pretty dang good. Next up, another limited edition apple pie with graham flavored cookies. Oh my gosh. Just got hit in the face with this weird sour apple candy smell. Oh man. You know, I love apple pie, but I'm dubious about this. We'll see. We'll see. I got an open mind. These taste like chemicals. They're awful. It tastes like someone like read a book about what apples are supposed to taste like and then tried to formulate the flavor off of that. I don't know how these got past QA. They taste sickly sweet, sickly sour, just terrible. It doesn't taste like apple pie at all. Give these a skip. The only thing that I like about them is the graham crackers, the graham cracker flavored cookies. Those are pretty good. I think that Oreo could reuse those in something like a s'more or a key lime pie. They probably already have those flavors. But the apple pie flavor, no, these are really very terrible. I mean, they taste like chemicals and artificial flavorings, and just bad ones at that. So I'm gonna give these a 2 out of 10. They're almost unpalatable. And since we are moving into the fall season, of course you have to have your obligatory pumpkin spice flavored Oreos. Have that nice pumpkin cream filling. I'm a little disappointed that they don't have any actual spices in there. No cinnamon, no nutmeg, nothing like that. It's just, as you can see, it's pumpkin spice flavored cream. So it's going to have 0 pumpkin and unfortunately 0 spices in there. It's all artificial flavoring. You can really tell it is kind of an artificial candy-like flavor. It's not too bad. I'm gonna give it a 5.5 out of 10. So if you're in the, the fall holiday spirit, maybe give them a shot, but don't have super high expectations. I think Oreo really missed the spot. They could have made it a ton better if they used actual spices in there. Oh my gosh, I changed my shirt. Something must be going on, that's crazy. All right, so a couple of days after I shot that first part of this video, I came across PB&J and cookie butter Oreos. Now these sounded way too friggin' delicious for me to pass up. Peanut butter and jelly. Looks like they have 2 different colors of cream in these guys. Let's try it all together as a whole. Well, the peanut butter cream tastes like that same peanut butter from the peanut butter Oreos, so that's really good. The jelly side of it has this kind of indistinct berry flavor, kind of like grape, kind of like raspberries, but still, it's pretty dang good. I'm gonna give the PB&J Oreos a, we'll say a 6.5 out of 10. They're pretty good. Now, cookie butter. These sound friggin' delicious. Graham cracker flavored cookie with cookie butter flavored cream. Now this looks like a speculoos cookie butter knockoff kind of thing. Or if you've ever had the Trader Joe's cookie butter, something along those lines. I gotta tell you, that stuff is way more delicious than Nutella. It is so great. So here we go, trying this stuff out. I have to say, those graham flavored cookies, they're really good. I really like those. It has that really classic like graham cracker flavor that you know from back when you were a kid making s'mores or something like that. It's so delicious. The filling has Again, I don't know if there's something that I can relate it to say that it tastes similar to something else. If you've never had the speculoos cookie butter, again, you gotta try it if you haven't. But the cookies are really delicious altogether. I noticed that it has molasses in the ingredients list, so it does have a slight spice to it in that sense. Almost like cinnamon. Not quite the cinnamon bun flavor, but just a hint of that kind of spice to it. So I don't know if that's in the natural or artificial flavorings that are in there or something else, but still pretty dang good. Again, not quite as good as my favorite, the cinnamon bun Oreos, but these still get a solid 7 out of 10. And of course, we all know what's coming next. Alright, after that brief intermission from the future, let's get right back to that cookie eating, guys. I think the winner today was probably the cinnamon bun. Those are pretty dang good. Followed closely by the peanut butter. Peanut butter, it's one of my personal favorite flavors, so that may or may not be something you agree with. Lemon's gonna come in next. I thought the coconut, even though it wasn't real coconut, was still pretty good. Next up is probably the other thins, the caramels. Those are pretty good. The two cake flavors, they were neck and neck. I think they were both all right, not bad. I'm gonna say the same with the mocha limited edition. Not bad, not great, but not bad. Then pumpkin spice. Sorry, when you have the artificial flavors, I don't like it as much. And on the bottom we have our just awful apple pie. Just throw those away. We don't need those anymore at all. And then the mouthwash flavored ones. I think that mint is really hit and miss, and in this case it was a miss. Well, that was fun, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. But now, of course, you know what I need to do. Well, that was about 30 minutes of uninterrupted cookie eating. So I think I'm gonna call it quits there. I couldn't even tell you how many calories or how many cookies I've eaten. I'm not even gonna bother trying to add it up. I'm gonna estimate it was around 200 Oreo cookies. A lot of those were these thin ones though, so you know, take that for what you will. Anyway, I hope you guys got a kick out of that video, and until next time, well, I'll see you next time. Peace out.